Good morning, everyone, and how are you all doing today? First of all, I'd like to welcome you guys to episode number 20 of DJ Talk. And now, before we begin, I would like to send a shout out to everyone that is doing great, and for the other people and for the others that are going through a bad time right now or at this time. My message to you guys is you guys are in my prayers. So I'm going to be in touch with that. So we'll stay in touch with that. But in the meantime, you guys are going to be fine. So now, if you guys haven't heard the last episode, it was a blast. So make sure you guys go check it out. So I've said it many times, and this is a lot of times I will say this. Without any further ado, let's get right to it. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to change the negative into a positive. You know, everyone is asking a question of how do you turn a negative into a positive? And you know something? That is a great question. And that is what we are going to be talking about today. There are many ways of how to turn a negative into a positive. And you know something? It starts with major steps. And we're going to start with the first one. The first one is change the atmosphere. You know, in this life, we live in a world of negativity. And when it comes to a solution, we need to change the atmosphere for good. And what I mean by that is we need to change it prano. That's what we got to do. No ifs, no buts about it. But you know what I mean. Number two, come up with a game plan. In order to be a successful individual, you have to come up with a game plan. And here's how I say it right here. The first one, number one, unclear actions never get the job done. Number two, it keeps it creates confidence. Number three, it keeps you on track. Number four, make a schedule for yourself. Number five, learn the basics. Number six, decide on how you're going to invest. Number seven, set your goals. Number eight, map out your learning plan. And number nine, plan out your action and stay focused at all times. When we focus on the concept of coming up with a game plan, we will be successful, not just in a business, but also in everything as well. Number three, be creative. When you come up with bright ideas and want to make everything come together, that is the time to be creative and create something that has never been done before and make it happen. And more importantly, make it shine. Number four, be confident. When you feel like in your mind that you like what you see and you are so determined to get the job done and do whatever it takes to become successful, and all of that, your confidence level just went up, has gone off the roof, and you feel like, you know what? You got this. And after that, you have accomplished something that has never been done before. But here's another fact. Here's a fun fact. Always make sure to give credit where credit is due to others that helped you out along the way. Number five, be strong and powerful. Strength doesn't just come from working out nor flexing your muscles and all that. No. It comes from the mind and the heart. When you put your mind into something that will help you reach the pinnacle of greatness, all you have to do, and I've said it many times, but here in DJ Talk, I could say it here. I could say it all the time, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. Put Jehovah, the one and only, first at all times, because without him, everything wouldn't be possible. So keep that in mind. Number six, reach your full potential. In this life, we have to learn how to reach our full potential. In order to do that, we have to strategize what we have to do. What do we have to do in order to reach our full potential? Number one, focus on the big picture. Number two, set your goal for yourself. Set goals for yourself. Beg your pardon. Number three, manage your time wisely. Number four, practice self discipline. Number five, have a positive attitude wherever you go. Or better than that, at all times. Have a positive attitude at all times. Number six, accept that you will fail in order to succeed. Now, before we get any further in that, I don't want you guys to take this in a bad way about failing. Yeah, sometimes we can all fail at that, but at the end of the day, on a positive note, we're all going to succeed. So failure is not an option. Failure is just the one that motivates you in order to succeed in what you need to succeed. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Number seven, learn to embrace simplicity. Number eight, recharge yourself. Number nine, enjoy every moment that there is to enjoy. So in order to have a attitude of success, we need to learn how to reach our full potential. And to all my young people out there, one love to you guys. You guys have so much to learn about how to reach your full potential. So keep that in mind and never forget about that. You guys got a lot to learn. And hopefully you guys succeed what you need to succeed. So there I say it. Number seven, change your mentality. Every day we are thinking about things that are going to happen around the world. And sometimes we do think about that. Sometimes we worry about whether if it's good or bad news and all that. We worry about the government. We worry about politics. We worry about this. We worry about that. It's like, it's yap and yap and yap and yap and yap. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's always being worried about. Sometimes we don't have time for that. Instead of worrying about the sad part, the bad news, and all that stuff, we need to worry about good things that are happening. Like take for example, we have life, we are breathing, we are alive. That's what we need to worry about. And if we are happy to be here, then that's the most important part in our life that we need to be is happy that we're still breathing and happy that we're still alive. That's all that ever counts. And the other part, we should learn how to change our mentality. So, my advice to everyone, stop worrying about bad things that are going to happen to us. And you know why? You really guys want to know why? I'll tell you why. I'll explain why. Because we're going to be all right. So learn to be patient and disciplined about our surroundings. Or better yet, quit worry about the negativity that happens around us. Like I said before, and I repeat it again, if it's politics, crime rates, this situation, that situation, etc. It's like rock on the road, It's like everything that happens is water under the bridge. But we just want to leave it there and make sure it doesn't come back. So everything that I'm saying is water under the bridge. That's it. The point is is that we're all here, we're all alive, we're all breathing, and that is what we should be thankful for. We should be thankful for that. We shouldn't be worrying about that. So keep that in mind, and hopefully we'll understand each other about that. So learn to change your mentality and learn how to appreciate what you have. And last but not least, number 8, be productive. And many things in this situation is to be productive in everything, such as work, building yourself, becoming a leader, reaching new heights, and most importantly, being the best version of yourself. And there are many ways to be productive. And some of them are focus on positive reinforcements. Number 2, find a purpose in what you do. Number 3, find the time to be focused and the time to get distracted from work. Even if we have to, even if something is not right and it's causing us, if we overwork ourselves, sometimes we have to get distracted from work. And that's not a bad thing. But it's good to stay focused at work. So I just wanted to clear that up. Number 4, stay in the best condition. That means, in other words, focus on your health, stay healthy, and don't let anything bring you down when it comes to your health. Number 5, have discipline for yourself and be consistent at what you do. I say that to myself all the time. Be consistent at what you do. And hopefully you guys say it to yourself as well. Consistency is the key to everything. So you see, when we're all productive of what we do, we finally know how to change the negative into a positive. Now, some of you may be asking, like, what does all the steps have to do with changing a negative into a positive? You know what? I'm so glad you guys asked that question. Because when it comes to changing a negative into a positive, when it comes to changing a mindset and start thinking good things, in other words, start to have positive thinking and focus on having self confidence in yourself. Then, but only then, you will be ready to pursue your dreams. Take, for example, when when you see a car, when you open the hood of the car and you see a battery in the car, or better yet, it could be your car, it could be somebody else's car, or it could be the people that you see that leave their hood open. Do you always see a battery, right? And when you see a battery, it's like a plus sign and a minus sign. Well, I'll tell you this, ready? When you see the red side, right? That means it's positive. And when you see the black side, that means it's negative. So life in general, not to sound it may sound a little weird or any and everything, but We want to pick the red side, and that is the positive side. So that is our motivation. We want to be positive at all times. We want to make sure that we have a positive influence in our lives. We want to be surrounded by people that have positive influences in our lives. Like, take for example, we look up to somebody. We look up to people that have been in our lives for many years. Like, if we look at somebody that's your favorite ideal of a role model, we want to say, you know what? That person, I love that person. I love to look up to that person because that person knows what they are talking about. They have experience. They've been there before. They've been to the side before. And most importantly, they have a lot of age. They have a lot of years. So people of experience, it doesn't matter what age they're in. They could be in their 40s, their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, etc. All of that in the age. Believe me, we will all look up to them and we will say, you know what? That's what I love about these people. People have experience, and I want to be in a room with them. So that's the favorite part about it because they will give you a positive reinforcements. You need them as a mentor. You need them to fill everything up with positivity, give you that level of confidence, like boost everything that you need to be boosted, like give you that lift, and more importantly, even bless you as well. So that's the good part about it. So keep in mind, always pick the positive side because if you pick the negative side, you're spreading negativity in your life. So before I end this episode, I'd like to tell you guys a story about how I turned my life around. It's not long story short, and it's a good one. It was a long time ago. I was listening to a video that was talking about turning a negative into a positive. And then I started to learn something. They were talking about, well, let's say that they were talking about if you think negative, you're going to get negative results. And if you think positive, you will get positive results. So after that, I started to process and started to realize that, you know what? And I need to start thinking more positive instead of negative. And from now on, I eliminate all negativity out of my life. So that was one of those things that had to be done. So I guess you could say it was a life changing experience for me that I had to go through about changing the negative into a positive. So you see, if I can do this, so can you. So believe me, and I hope you guys have that experience like I have because don't have negativity in your life because if you have negativity in your life, it will ruin you forever and you will never be able to reach your higher goals that you want to reach. So stay positive at all time. I would like to thank you guys for tuning in and thank you guys for the support as well. And stay tuned for the next episode of DJ Talk. Stay positive and think positive. Peace out.